What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Odin coming up with another box office breakdown weekend for you. And today, it's going to be mostly about Hobbs and Shaw, but also mostly about, you guessed it, Disney completely continuing to own the box office, much to my and many others' chagrin. We're just sick and tired of it because, hey, it kind of steals the spotlight from other films that really deserve a lot more money than these crappy remake, reboot nonsense. But anyway, we are first off talking about Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw, which was an okay film. It was better, I think, than Fast and Furious 7 and 8 combined, but I don't really think it holds a candle much to the other films in the previous franchise. Of course, there's many people that have opinions. Too Fast and Too Furious is oftentimes not seen as a good one. Some people love Tokyo Drift. Some people hate Tokyo Drift. I personally am one of those persons that loves Tokyo Drift, not because it's a good film, but because it's just freaking, fun entertainment. And I would say that Hobbs and Shaw has that sense of fun entertainment to it. So if you like The Rock, if you like Jason Statham, and you want to see them go back and forth on screen throughout the film and just have really great one-liners to each other, then you might actually enjoy it pretty much. But for the most part, I just found myself in that position where, okay, I'm fine with things that are ridiculous and don't make any sense. But when you push yourself a little too far to the point of it just not making any damn sense whatsoever, that's when you personally lose me. So, of course, that film, got the #1 spot here this weekend, making $60.8 million here at the domestic box office. Lion King, of course, making $38.2 million, still making a crap ton of money. And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood making an extra $20 million, which is awesome. Glad to see people are going to support that film. I'm going to try and see that film sometime today because I've been hearing nothing but nonstop awesome things about it. So, first off, let's talk about Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw. First off, that's one of the worst names to ever give to a film, I think. It's a mouthful. You don't need to do it. Just call it Hobbs and Shaw. Most people that are fans of the franchise are already going to know it's happening within the Fast and Furious franchise universe. And if you're going to try and make this a spin-off series, you can't really have it be Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw 2. It just really wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. So hopefully they're able to kind of drop that name from it and just call it Hobbs and Shaw, which is what most people are going to be calling it anyway. But this film was made for a production budget of $200 million. Really wish I could have seen more of that budget on the screen because, man, oh man, there's some really bad CGI Transformer motorcycle action going on that just as an action hero villain worked really damn well, and I want to see him in more action stuff. But domestically made $60 million, made $120 million foreign market. This is a film that's going to make a pretty decent amount of money, pretty decent amount of change in the foreign market, because of course anything that has a lot of explosions and fights and action and all that kind of stuff is going to do well with those audiences. It's doing well here domestically too, so you're going to see this film make a decent amount of money. It's already at $180.8 million. I cannot see a universe where this film does not break even or even make a bit of profit. Where is it going to fall in line with the other Fast and Furious films? That's going to be definitely a big question. I don't think it's going to get as, up to the success of a Fast 5 or a Fast 7, Fast 8 type film, but I think it could definitely be up there with some of the other Fast and Furious films. Lion King came in at #2. We have, once again, another billion-dollar Disney film. And I know that there's people, guys, I read some of the comments, and just, it's hilarious to me that there are so many people in the comments that just get so butthurt every single time anyone says a negative thing about Disney. Guys, it's okay. Disney can be that evil corporation that continues to make nonsensical films that people still end up going to see. It's fine. You can admit reality and still enjoy these films. You can subjectively enjoy these films until you're blue in the face, and they can still be bad films, and it can still be a company that puts more attention into remaking and rebooting because they're out of ideas. Because guess what, guys? For the next 5 years, guess how many original concept films you're getting from Disney? About 2. And out of those 2, how many of those stories are stories that were stolen by Disney? Remember Simba, Kimba? Remember Kimba? Yeah, no one wants to talk about Kimba the White Lion. We can't talk about that. We can't talk about how Disney borrows ideas and steals ideas all the time. It kind of just, takes away the facade that Disney is this all-powerful, benevolent company. All-powerful maybe, but not necessarily benevolent, but still, people are going out of the way to support this film. I really don't know why. There are a bunch of lions that look photorealistic and have no emotion to them whatsoever. Save your damn money. Watch the original cartoon because that film is great. That film's fantastic and has a lot more emotion. This is just, again, stop supporting, guys. Film to support, though, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, making $78.8 million and a $90 million budget. I really hope this film takes off a little bit more because this is one of the few original ideas in Hollywood that's actually getting some decent attention towards it. So if you want more original ideas in Hollywood, if you want the reboots and restarts and everything to stop, you got to start supporting films like this and stop supporting films that Disney's putting out, because that's why Disney has the top 4, top 5 films of the year right now, and in some capacity owns them completely or at least partially when it comes to Spider-Man Far From Home, which is also up there as well. You got to start supporting films like this if you want to see more films like it, because otherwise the studios say, hey, people want to see more reboots and remakes. Oh, guess what we're going to do? We're going to remake this franchise. We're going to reboot this franchise. And then all of a sudden you're thinking to yourself, why do they keep remaking all of my favorite things? Oh, it's because you're the same people that went out of your way to support a film like The Lion King or a film like Aladdin And they said, oh, people are going to see those movies. It must be because it's a property they remember. This is not rocket science, people. Toy Story 4. Gonna creep up towards the $1 billion mark? Maybe. Looks getting pretty close there. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of its run we say, oh, once again, yet another $1 billion Disney remake of sequel franchise nonsense. Aladdin, over $1 billion now, and Spider-Man Far From Home, over $1 billion. This one, of course, is owned by Sony as well, but still. Seriously, I look at these things and I look at these numbers and it just really makes me sad. It really does, because I see these films and I see what's dominating everything up here. It's the remakes, it's the reboots, it's the spin-offs. You know, even Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. Even though that takes the franchise in a different direction by focusing on different characters, even I can say this film has no reason to exist. That's one of the many reasons why I gave it a C-, because it doesn't really add anything to the overall story. I mean, yeah, you can get lost in the story and have fun to an extent, but of course, I really want to see more. I want to see smarter films. I want to see films that are better. I want to see films that are going to entertain and have the same type of action sequences that a Fast and Furious might have, but in an original concept, in a much better film overall. Because I guess what? We can do that, but if we continue to support films and see films that are going to try and go to that lowest common denominator, then we're going to get nonstop lowest common denominator films. Why do you think Star Wars has gone down in the dumps? Why do you think every major franchise has gone on a downward trend lately? It's not just because of SJW politics, so that's a part of it. It's also because these studios have gotten so comfortable just pumping out garbage because they know they can just slap any name on the title and somehow make money. We need to do what we did with Solo, stay home, hold our wallets back, and hopefully, maybe, get something better in return. But guys, what are y'all's thoughts about any of these movies? Have you seen Hobbs and Shaw? What are your thoughts about it? And also, too, have you seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? This is a film I really want to see and can't wait to do so. Let me know these thoughts and all the thoughts in the comments below. Also, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button too, because you know there's a bunch of people out there that go after me saying, oh, I hate when Odin's ever on. I just hate it. Oh, he's so negative, even though I make it very clear that I'm a cynic in every single video. And oh my gosh, why does he hate Disney so much? Okay, so you're trying to tell me that Disney is making original content that's awesome and great to see and worth spending money for? Good luck making that argument. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and as always, God bless.